Hello everybody and welcome to In the Kitchen with Leanna. I'm your host Leanna, and today we're going to be making cornbread and shrimp, corn, and bacon chowder. So I think I'm going to start with the bread, the cornbread. So follow me over here, I guess. Alright, so we're going to start by melting a half a cup of butter into a fry pan. And I know most of you probably use cast iron fry pans. Leanna doesn't. No particular reason. Well, yeah, I don't like them. I do have some and I do use them sometimes, but I'm not fond of them. So we are going to melt this butter. And this may take a few. Okay, here I go. Okay, my butter's all melted. And now I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of sugar, lumps and all. The humidity really got to it, I think. I'm going to stir this quickly so it'll melt into the butter, or mostly melt. Okay, now we're going to add 2 eggs. And we're going to beat them really quick so they don't start cooking. Another one of Jim's favorite meals. He's got a lot of them, doesn't he?
Jim likes to eat.
He does. Okay, and I got me a cup of buttermilk. I'm going to throw in a half a teaspoon of baking soda into it. And I'm going to whisk it. And then I'm going to jump it into here. Okay, now I'm going to stir in a cup of flour, just regular white flour, all-purpose flour. And a cup of cornmeal. Okay, so I just stir it until there's very few lumps left. There's going to be some. Okay, now my assistant can hand me mine. Thank you. And I'm going to pour this into an 8x8 pan.
It's already been greased.
It's already been greased. I'll use Pam, I cheat. And it's going to go into a preheated 375 degree oven. And And it's going to cook for 30 to 40 minutes. And usually I think it's a bit longer in my oven, but just keep checking it. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to start with our chowder. And I've got about 6 ounces of bacon. I just chopped it up into like 1/2-inch pieces. They're a little bigger than that, but. And I'm just going to cook that until it just gets crispy. Okay, so this is crisping up nicely. So I'm going to add a large onion diced up. And I'm just going to cook it for a little bit until I don't want the onions to brown, but I want them to just soften a bit, I guess is what. I want them to suck up that bacon juice is what I want them to do. Okay, so those are nice and soft. So now I'm going to add some paprika, 1/2 teaspoon, smoked paprika. Keeping it in. A 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We know why there's very little, right? And I've got, I think I did four cloves of garlic, 3 or 4, chopped up, minced, I guess we'll call it. So I'm just going to stir this together for a couple minutes. Just until the garlic cooks a little. You got to be careful because garlic burns really easily. And we don't want that happening. But we do want to bring out the flavor of it. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my potatoes that I have diced. It's about 4 large potatoes diced up. And dump them in there. And I'm going to stir all this niceness onto them, just enough to coat them. Coated. So now we're going to add 2 cans of clean style corn. Two cans of regular corn. We can our own, so it's 1 quart. Drained. 2 cups of chicken stock. I'm using rabbit stock. Doesn't really matter, I guess.
That was rabbit stock that we did
Just the other day.
a few days ago. And if I can figure it out, I will leave a link to that channel when we did the turkey and the rabbit stock.
And we have a cup of milk and a cup of half and half. I just threw them together to save time. Stir that all together. Okay, so now I'm going to add a bottle of 8 ounces of clam juice. And now we're going to let it cook for about 15-20 minutes until the potatoes get soft. And I'll just come back and stir it every once in a while so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And we'll be back with you when the potatoes are all soft. Okay, our cornbread is done. Set this down. My potatoes are soft. We're going to add our shrimp. I buy the already cooked ones, but you can use the raw ones if you want. I just pull the little tails off and they're already veined. So I'm going to add that in there carefully. Stir it around. They only have to cook, even if they're raw, they only have to cook a couple minutes till they turn red. Okay, so I got to chop up some parsley and we are done. Okay, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of butter. And after that melts, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of just chopped fresh parsley to put on the top. And then it is finished and we can eat it. Okay, our butter's melted. Now I'm just going to turn it off and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of chopped up fresh parsley. And now we're good to go. It's all finished.
Doesn't that look good?
And there we have it.
Boy, doesn't that look good.
Okay, there we have it. I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope you give this a try. I always loved corn chowder as a child, but the older I got, the blander it seemed, and so I just wanted to make my own, and this is what I came up with after a few tries, and this is the way I love it, and I give it a try. And cornbread, well, who doesn't love cornbread? I hated it when I was a kid, come to think of it, but we love it now. Thank you for joining us again, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and do the little bell thing so Jim can ring it when he puts a video on, and smash that like button. We love you. God bless you.